So I've had a couple people ask various questions about health-related matters, how my personal nutrition is, and then also I wanted to give a follow-up to a question I posted on Facebook a few months ago about protein powders, because I had not found one that I could really stomach or thought that I could actually use regularly. So I thought I would give a little update to that and explain a little bit about my nutrition and what I do with something called macros, which some of you might be familiar with, but it's basically talking about macronutrients, being proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, and getting the appropriate percentage of those and ratios of those in your diet to help you achieve your goals, whatever those are, whether you're trying to build muscle mass, or whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to maintain. There's a lot of different goals you can have. And so I thought I would explain a little bit about that. I feel like I finally found a protein powder that I can use regularly. Tastes good, doesn't make me feel particularly bloated or anything. I know it's got some good protein in it, which is one of the challenges in my diet, is trying to get enough protein, right? I mean, we're easily getting enough carbs and fats in our diet, right, as Americans, but the protein aspect is more difficult because I'm not a huge meat eater. I will eat meat, I like it, but only in smaller portions, and so it's a challenge to get enough during the day. But I found this Ideal Lean protein powder through a lady on Instagram, and that I follow. She's a nutrition and macro coach and fitness expert, and this is what she uses. And actually she and her husband both do, even though it says for women. It's not, I mean, men can use it. It's not like it's got hormones in it or something that's gonna be negative for men, but it may not have as much protein in it as certain other protein powders. But what I've liked is that I like the taste. It doesn't have any weird ring to it to me, which has been my struggle with protein powders in the past. And I can mix it with baking, recipes. I can actually use it in baking. I can mix it with my coffee in the morning versus, other add-ins, sugars or creams and stuff like that in my coffee, and it's really yummy, especially in iced coffee. I've really enjoyed that. So this has been a great deal for me. I personally have tried 3 of the flavors that they offer. They offer quite a few, and they just came out with a couple new ones, but I've tried the French vanilla, the caramel mocha, and then the chocolate brownie. And if you look at kind of some of the statistics, so 1 scoop is 25 grams, only 80 calories. You can mix this with whatever, water, or I like to do mine with almond milk. No fat, it's pretty low sodium, no carbs, 20 grams of protein. So you could easily double that, get 40 grams of protein in a shake or a mix or whatever, and it would still only be 160 calories. You can see the ingredients here, which are not a ton, which is good. Whey protein isolate, so it is a whey protein. This is not vegan or definitely not a vegetable protein. It does have L-glutamine in it, which is good for the gut, and several recovery blend fruits, and then some sucralose, which would be the sweetening agent. It does contain milk and soy, so this would not be for anybody that has strict dietary needs. So I've used this, like I said, in my coffee. I've used this just in plain water, and it's doable, which was the big test for me. I've used it with almond milk, baked goods that we've made. I've made protein pancakes. I've made protein bread, which for me and any kind of diet, so to speak, or lifestyle is not going to be one where I can completely give up baked goods and breads. I know I'll fall off the wagon. So it's been nice to be able to incorporate some of these protein powders even in some baked goods, and various other things. I could give you some recipe ideas if you want, so give me a shout out in the comments if you want some of those recipes. But yeah, it's been a good protein powder for me. The other one that I wanted to talk about was on the go shakes. So if I'm in a rush, in a hurry, I can't maybe, necessarily mix up anything at home, or maybe I'm out of certain ingredients or whatever. There is Premier Protein that I get at Costco. If you're a Costco member, you've probably seen these. They come in cases. And I like the chocolate. Vanilla is okay too, but I'm definitely a chocolate girl. There are 30 grams of protein, 160 calories, only 1 gram of sugar, and no growth hormones, which is great. And this one, again, is good to just have in the fridge, and you can grab it on the go. You don't have to drink it cold, but obviously it's better cold, in my opinion. But this has been another one that I feel like I can stomach. It has a little bit of like a aftertaste in the mouth, but not as bad as some of the other ones. So I've had to record this on 2 different days, just because of the way life was going the other day when I was talking about protein powder. So I'm finishing it up today, talking about macros and what has helped me to lose and maintain weight after having 5 kids. Definitely ups and downs in the weight department, in the physique department, strength department, all of that. I guess it was last year, at the beginning of the year, I set a goal to lose at least 15 pounds. I had not worked out in over 2 years since the last baby was born, and so I was pretty weak. Hadn't done a whole lot of strength training or anything like that, exercise, except for just running after little kids and the toddler. So it's not like I was in horrible shape, but definitely not in a place of strength. And I knew I wanted to lose a little bit of weight before I kind of got back in the gym and got back to some exercise routines. And macros helped me to do that. Now, I am not a macro coach. I don't claim to be. I don't claim this is the only way people should lose weight or maintain weight. I definitely have my off days, and haven't necessarily stuck to it 100% every day of every week since starting it, but it definitely has helped change my relationship with food quite a bit, and helped to find balance, help me to like stay on the train, not fall off the wagon, and kind of just really understand portions and sizing and weight of food and how that all plays into our calories and then our protein, fats, carbohydrates as macronutrients. There's a lot of micronutrients in there that obviously we should try to be hitting as well when it comes to vitamins, minerals, and those kinds of things, but I was mainly focusing on the macro side of it. And I've had multiple questions from people about it because they just don't understand, how it works. And there are plenty of people that will explain it better than me online. I actually started following a lady on Instagram, which is how I discovered everything about macros. And she is an actual macro coach and can help get you like your personal numbers and even customize like eating plans and exercise plans for you. And I'm not that involved. However, I did just want to give a basic overview for those who are interested and then might want to do some further research or, contact somebody who is a macro coach. When it comes to macros, it's basically you're just have certain percentages of grams that you're looking to hit every day when it comes to proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Obviously, you want those to be from healthy sources. That's a whole other topic I won't get into. The first thing I did was I went to a website, iifym.com, and it's short for If It Fits Your Macros. So the whole point of this is balance. If it fits in your macros, you can eat it. So some days if you're going to, have a birthday party or a special event or a special dinner or something, you can adjust your other meals during the day to fit in what you want to fit in. Now, it may not be perfect, but at least there's some balance to it. And for me, that was important because any diet that eliminates any food group or like is really restrictive is just not a good long-term one for me. And this helped me to find more balance. So if you go to iifym.com, you can get your personal numbers for free. There's a calculator on the website that you can just enter in the different information about you and your lifestyle and your activity level and your goals, and it will give you numbers which result in calories that you're going to shoot for, but it's mainly the proteins, carbs, and fats and how those break down and the grams that you're shooting for each day to consume. And there's lots of other things on that website too. There's articles and testimonials and just further stuff that will help you in your health journey. I have found that it really did help me to lose weight. I didn't feel hungry. I didn't feel like I was on a diet. I felt like I was just having a healthy relationship with food. In the beginning, Jim actually ended up kind of coming on board and doing it along with me because he had some specific strength goals that he was working on in the gym even prior to me trying to lose weight. And so he ended up kind of doing the macros with me. And in the beginning, we did weigh a lot of our food. Getting a food scale would be really helpful if you're going to do this. We did weigh it, and that's really, I think, what helped open my eyes to just my relationship with food and how much portion size and portion control and how much, a certain size piece of chicken equates to in ounces or grams. And so it just helped open my eyes and just give me a better understanding of food, because that's not something I was thinking about before, how much I'm consuming, what does this portion size really equate to in protein, carbs, and fats. The app that I use to track everything is MyFitnessPal, which I'm going to try it. I don't know if it'll really show up very well on the screen, but this is like the home page. And then when you go to diary, if you have never seen MyFitnessPal before, you can enter in your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, and it has a huge food archive where pretty much anything that you would want to log is already in the archive, and you can pull it up and just add it quickly to your meals. This is a great app for goal setting. You can set your calories, you can set your goals, you can incorporate your exercise into it as well. And then it also has, even like if I go to breakfast and I want to add a food that may not be in the archive, or maybe if I just want to do it quickly, it even has like the barcode setting to where you can scan the item and it will automatically pull it up and put it in your MyFitnessPal. But here I can add a food. Let's say I'm going to do my Ideal Lean shake or whatever, then it has like the carbs, fats, and proteins for that particular thing. And if I add that, then it shows me, and this is the basic plan you can pay for an upgrade with MyFitnessPal, and it gives you a lot more bells and whistles. But this is just a basic thing of how many calories, and I can go down to nutrition and see all my nutrients, see what my calories are, see how the macros are breaking down, how I'm trying to achieve my goal. So my goal is to have 143 grams of protein, 122 of carbohydrates, and then 64 of fat. And those are going to be the major things that I'm trying to, keep track of on MyFitnessPal. The nice thing about that app is it really helps me to plan, and I can do it day by day. It's not like I have to do it, a week or a month in advance. If you want to, you could plan out your meals and really make sure that you hit those. But I like that I can do it kind of on a daily basis, and if I need to shift something, I can. If we're going to do something spontaneous, that's fine. But for the most part, I do try to plan out what I'm going to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks each day, and make sure that I'm getting as close to hitting those percentages and those grams, those total grams of my proteins, fats, and carbs. Even if I don't log all my food, I can, pretty much wing it now, and I'm going to be in a pretty close range to my goal just because my understanding of what I'm eating has totally changed now. That's kind of a basic overview. You can obviously get a lot more information going to that website, but I did have a couple people ask, and I just wanted to answer that question. So thanks for joining our channel today. Be sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos. We'd love to have you comment or ask any questions about what kind of content that you would like to see us address here on our channel.